What's up guys, it's Cody here, and this is going to be the second episode of the best tweaks of the week. So I have a few tweaks here to show you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first tweak that we have here is called Aquaboard 10 or Aquaboard X. So you can kind of see what's going on here. This is actually an older tweak that was on a very much earlier iOS. I can't remember which one it came out. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But this is a revamped version of it, and it does basically the exact same thing. So right now, I just have it enabled, and I have the rain effect going. So this is a little bit of a pricier tweak, so I wanted to go through the settings here with you really quick. Right here you can see that you can enable this, obviously, and right here you have the water appearance, so you have it on your lock screen and home screen. If you don't want it on one of those, then you can just toggle it off right there. And then right down here we have the theme settings. So before we get into that, let me show you that I have this set on rain mode. So we have raining mode turned on, we have the rain frequency at fast, which you can slow down if you don't want it to be, as many ripples, and then you can disable the touches. So you can have rain enabled and enable touches, which moves around the water as well. So I'm going to turn off raining mode so we won't see any rain, and then you can see what happens when I touch the back screen. So probably shouldn't swipe down or to the left. Okay, here we go. So you can see all the ripple effects that you get with this. It looks really cool, and I have it set to the 60 frames per second, which is the highest frames per second. If you leave it default, I think it's at around 45. So if we go in and we just change this up really quick from fingertips, which is the one that I like the most, to something a little more heavier, so heavy taps, you can see what this does. So it just basically makes that entire, ripple effect a little more aggressive. So you can go through those and then just see what they all do. They're either just, smaller waves or ripples, whatever you want to call them. But that's pretty much it for this tweak. Next up, we have a tweak called Lucid. Now, this is one you'll have to add a repo for. I'll be sure to put that in the description below. But this tweak gives you clear notification. So basically, it's just getting rid of that blur. So with my other tweak that I have installed called Noti, I can swipe up on the status bar and it's going to give me a banner notification, which you can see right there. So it's not just for banner notifications. This is also going to work on your lock screen. So if you get notifications on your lock screen, then you'll get those there. But even checking in your notification center, you can see that all your notifications are clear on your lock screen as well. So a pretty cool tweak if you're in search of that type of look, and it's a free tweak, so all the better. Next up, we have CircleSettings. CircleSettings is a very simple tweak. What it does is just make all the icons in your settings circular. So you can see right there, as we scroll all the way up, it does a pretty good job, just makes things look a little bit cleaner. And of course, this one's free as well. Next up, we have a tweak called CoolFolder. Now, this is actually a cool tweak for a folder tweak if you're looking for this particular look anyways. So if we swipe over here to my folder, you can see that the preview of the entire folder looks different. It just has that white outline and looks pretty nice. And if you open it up, it has the blurred background and then just a white outline right there around the entire folder. So I think it looks pretty cool. There are a few settings that you can mess with here. So if you go into that, you can obviously enable it, and then you can change the corner radius if you want to do that. So you just toggle that on and then customize it right here. Same thing for the border. So if you wanted to change the color of it, you can just tap right here, and then let's just say we wanted to do a purple. We'll do purple, and then we will respring our device. And then once we respring, it should take those changes into effect. So we'll unlock here. And now we have a purple folder icon. We open that up, you can see that purple right there. So a nice little tweak and a free one at that. Now the next one is a really small one. It's called NoStatusBarNC. Pretty self-explanatory title what this does, but you'll see that I have the status bar right here. And then if I open up the notification center, you don't have a status bar anymore. And that's literally all this tweak does. Really small, but if you're looking to hide your status bar in your notification center, this is the one to do it. Next up is a tweak called Cabello. So if we go ahead and open up the settings panel for this tweak, what this tweak does is allow you to add sounds to your volume key presses, your lock button presses, and your home button presses if you have an iPhone 8 or lower. So if we go ahead and do the volume keys, you can see how this is set up. So basically you just enable this and then you select the press sound right here. And these are all the same sounds for all three, the home button, the lock button, and the volume rockers. But you can add your own sounds if you want to do that. But if I go through these sounds really quick just so you can hear them all. So that's basically all that you have. So if you want something else, then you're gonna have to find some more sounds and upload them yourself. But I do like the Mavericks volume one for the volume sounds. And then if we come out of here, it's basically the exact same setup for the lock button right here, as well as the home button. So if we, once you're done and you set this all up, just tap the apply button. It's gonna respring your device, and then those changes will take effect. So you can hear right here. So it's not the Mavericks one because I didn't respring my device. This is the one I had set before. But if I hit the lock button here, so a nice little tweak and a free one at that. So if you want to check it out, there's a repo in the description that you'll have to add. So next up we have a tweak called Helius XI. Now what this tweak does is quite a few different things. So this is my lock screen right here, and it's going to give you this bigger music widget right here, which is nice. It has the album artwork, and there's a couple of things that you can do here. Obviously you have your media controls where you can go to the previous, next, or play pause. Also if you tap on the album artwork right there, then it's going to play or pause the music. And then right up here, if you tap on the name of the song, then it's actually going to give you the lyrics, which I really, really like. So if you want to check out the lyrics while you're listening to some music, then you can do so right there. I do that a lot. But if you just tap right on the lyrics, it'll go away and then show the album artwork again. But the entire widget right here is actually color themed to the album artwork. Same thing for the blurred portions in the background. So for instance, if I go ahead and open this up and go back into Spotify and play something different, and you can see what that looks like. This was also a paid tweak, but I think it was worth it for sure. Next up, we have ColorFlow 4. So if you're not a fan of Helius XI and you don't like that look, or you're just looking for something that looks a little bit different, then you can check this tweak out. So this is gonna be a music widget tweak as well. So you're gonna notice this on the lock screen. So if we go ahead and go to the lock screen here, you can see that it's not going to change the color of whatever's on the home screen, the background for the home screen. So the album artwork sticks out a little bit more. So here's another look with the Post Malone album. So this is just obviously going to change dynamically depending upon the album artwork. Now the other cool thing about ColorFlow 4 is that it works with the native players as well. So if we go ahead and open up Spotify here, you can see what that looks like playing this Post Malone song. So let's just change one more time. So here's another look with some other album artwork, and I think it just looks really good. So just to show you really quick, it's not just with Spotify. You can do this with Apple Music as well. Again, these are songs I do not know. I don't ever listen to these. They're just kind of on there. So this is really an awesome tweak if you're looking to theme your music players. Next up is a tweak called WindMill. Now that's what you've been seeing down here at the very bottom of my phone with all these Android-esque type buttons. So over here in the bottom right hand corner, if you tap on this, it's going to bring up your app switcher. And if you tap it again, it should go ahead and jump out of the app switcher. And then this button right here, this is a back button. So it's going to go to the most previously used app. So if I tap on this, it should go to my music app. So we'll just go ahead and tap it, and it crashed. So this is what happens sometimes, which I was kind of expecting it to, because this is still a little bit buggy. Hopefully the developer can iron out the bugs with this tweak, because it is still not terribly stable and it doesn't work all the time. So this bottom button in the middle, this is the home button, and it's basically a 3D press. So opening up Tweetbot right here, and let's go ahead and open up another application like YouTube. And then let's go ahead and hit the back button, and it's crashed again. So it doesn't work that great. It does work sometimes. I've used it where it was working successfully. So it's working right now, but it's not one that you can really rely on. I did want to mention it just because possibly the bugs could be ironed out, but I wouldn't recommend picking this tweak up just yet until it starts working a little bit better. Now really quickly, going through the settings of WindMill, you can see you can enable it right up here. You also can toggle on your home gestures, which will enable or disable the stock home gestures. You also have no force touch. Down here you have the visuals, so you have the micro bar, you have a hide switcher, hide back, swap the buttons, invisibility, which basically gets rid of the bar down at the bottom. You can also enable a black background behind the UI area so you don't get overlay like this if you wanted to do that. And then right down here are some coming soon features that says you can enable sections, and then you have available sections, and then reload on launch. So if we go ahead and go up here and we respring our device, we should have a black background in the background of WindMill. All right, so here we go. It looks like we have an iPhone 8 once again. So at this point, If we go ahead and open up an application like the settings, you're going to notice that you're not going to see anything underneath those buttons. And last but not least, we have a tweak called PassBy, which is a tweak that I absolutely love and highly recommend. Now, this is a free tweak, and it's one that makes your life a whole lot easier. If this is a feature that you're looking for. So what PassBy does is allow you to unlock your device automatically for specific circumstances. So if we go down here to PassBy, all you have is a settings panel. So you want to make sure that you enable it, and then you have do not require a password after resprings toggle. So you can enable that. Then you just have some toggles here for managing your passcode if you want to. And then right down here, this is where you can auto unlock your device. So you can have an auto unlock timeout. So after auto unlock is enabled, how long do you want it to wait before it requires another passcode or Face ID to unlock the device? So I have it set to 0, which means it's never going to require it. And now right down here we have Wi-Fi auto unlocking options. So I have this enabled, and now every time that I connect to just my home Wi-Fi, it's going to automatically unlock my device. It doesn't need Face ID, doesn't need anything like that, which makes my life a whole lot easier. So if you want to enable that, that's one of the major selling points for me. Right down here closer to the bottom, you also have the Bluetooth auto unlock option, so you can enable that. You also have the timeout if you want to set that up, and then you have your options right here. So this is just going to pull devices from your Bluetooth list. So I just have my AirPods. Once those connect, it's going to be auto unlock, and also my Bose Revolve SoundLink, because I only keep that at home. So that one's kind of redundant, but I have it enabled anyways. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you have a few more options. You have auto unlock when using headphones, dismiss lock screen if there are no notifications, and this says even when showing media controls. So right down here you have magic passcode options, and I looked at that, but I don't even care what that is, really. I don't need that. So if you guys want to mess with that, then you can. Right down here, you also have the disable options, which you will want to enable if you want to use this tweak if you have Face ID. So I have it disabled during SOS mode. I also have it disabled Touch ID and Face ID right here. You can input time intervals in which unlock or auto unlock is enabled. And if you don't want to see the PassBy enabled alert, then you can toggle that off as well. But you can see right here, if I go ahead and get out of frame of my phone and we lock the device, you can see that it's not going to scan my face, and I'm just going to be able to unlock it because I'm connected to my home Wi-Fi. So I live by myself, and anytime I'm home, I'm by myself for the most part. So this is a really nice tweak since I don't have to worry about unlocking my phone at my house anymore. All right, guys, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more of weekly jailbreak tweak videos, make sure you hit that like button to let me know, and I'll keep them coming. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.